The other part of this tag, which is really important and a lot of people don't pay enough attention to, is the feeding directions. It has specific directions on how that product needs to be fed, the rate that it needs to be fed, so that you don't get into digestive upset issues and other problems associated with misfeeding of those products. It tells you to feed at a rate of 1 to 2% or 2.5% of an animal's body weight on a daily basis. Now, in this particular feed, it probably needs to be fed daily. Some of the cubes and higher protein supplements can be fed less frequently, and very infrequently is when you get into the cottonseed cake, the 30% and higher type supplements. But always look at that feeding directions and don't assume that they don't know what they're talking about. It is correct. That's the way that feed should be fed. It's the way it was formulated to be fed, and you need to follow those directions. As we look at the feeding directions on this particular feed, it tells you a little bit about it, not only the ingredients up here at the top. When you look at the feeding rate, you can feed up to 2.5% of an animal's body weight on a daily basis of this feed. That means it has to have adequate roughage in it. And as you look at this feed, you can see that it has quite a bit more roughage in it than some of the textured feeds we had before. It'll have cottonseed hulls in it. It may have some other sources of fiber. That fiber is necessary for that animal to sustain microbial populations in that rumen and to still allow them to function and not get acidotic as they consume large quantities of this. The maximum amount they could probably consume of this feed would be around 3% of their body weight. So the recommendations are to feed somewhere between 1 and 2.5, and the reason you can feed that much as a percentage of their body weight is the fact that this particular feed has adequate roughage in it to meet that rumen requirement.